Picture this. You're trying to visit a website and suddenly you hit a wall. Access denied. The content you're looking for, completely blocked in your region. Frustrating, right? This is where proxy servers come into play, and understanding them might just change the way you think about internet privacy and access. So, what exactly is a proxy server? Think of it as a middleman between you and the rest of the internet. When you normally browse the web, your computer connects directly to websites. Your device essentially walks right up and introduces itself, sharing your IP address and location with every site you visit. With a proxy server, though, you're sending a representative to do the talking for you. The proxy receives your request to view a website, goes out and grabs that information on your behalf, and then delivers it back to you. The website only sees the proxy's IP address, not yours. Let me break this down with a real-world scenario. Imagine you're a student researching a topic, but certain educational resources are blocked in your country. Without a proxy, you're stuck. But when you connect through a proxy server, everything changes. You configure your browser to route traffic through a proxy located in a different country where that content isn't restricted. The proxy assigns you a new IP address from that region. When you try accessing the blocked resource now, the website sees a visitor from an unrestricted location and grants access. The proxy fetches the content and sends it back to your device. Simple as that. There are actually several different types of proxies, and understanding them helps you pick the right tool for the job. Data center proxies are the most common and affordable option. They're not affiliated with internet service providers and come from secondary corporations, which makes them fast but sometimes easier to detect. Residential proxies, on the other hand, use IP addresses assigned by internet service providers to real residential locations. These are harder to identify and block, making them ideal for tasks that require looking like a regular user. Then you have shared proxies, which multiple users access simultaneously. They're cheap, but can be slower since you're sharing bandwidth. Semi-dedicated proxies split access among a small group of users, offering a middle ground. Finally, private proxies give you exclusive access, providing the best performance and security, but at a higher cost. Setting up a proxy is actually pretty straightforward. Most operating systems have built-in proxy configuration options. On Windows, you'd go into your network settings and enter the proxy server address and port number. Same concept applies to Mac, Android, and iOS devices. Free proxy services exist all over the internet. But here's the thing about free services. You're often the product. Many free proxies log your data, inject ads, or worse. Reputable proxy providers that operate on subscription models typically provide authentication credentials along with their IP addresses and ports. This extra security layer verifies your subscription and keeps unauthorized users out. Now, what can you actually do with a proxy server? The benefits go way beyond just accessing blocked websites. Privacy is obviously a major advantage. When you browse through a proxy, websites can't track your real IP address. This matters if you value anonymity online or simply don't want every website building a profile on your browsing habits. Companies also use proxies to monitor and control internet usage. A business might route all employee internet traffic through a proxy server that keeps logs of visited websites and can block access to certain content. This helps organizations manage productivity and security. Speed might surprise you as another benefit. Many proxy servers implement caching systems. When someone requests a web page through the proxy, the server stores that page in its database. If another user requests the same page later, the proxy delivers it from the cache instead of fetching it again from the internet. This reduces bandwidth usage and speeds up loading times for frequently accessed content. It's particularly useful in office environments where multiple employees might visit the same site. Proxies also enable web scraping and data collection at scale. Businesses use proxies to gather publicly available information from websites without getting blocked. Travel companies scrape flight prices, retailers monitor competitor pricing, and marketers verify that their advertisements appear correctly in different regions. Without proxies, these operations would trigger rate limits and IP bans almost immediately. With a pool of proxies, you can distribute requests across multiple IP addresses, making your data collection look like organic traffic from different users. So how does a proxy server actually differ from a VPN? This is where things get interesting. Both hide your IP address, but they do it in fundamentally different ways with different levels of security. A VPN creates an encrypted tunnel between your device and a VPN server. All your internet traffic passes through this tunnel, protected by multiple layers of encryption. This means your internet service provider, hackers on public Wi Fi, and even government surveillance can't see what you're doing online. VPNs typically offer faster speeds, better reliability, and stronger security overall. Proxies, by contrast, don't automatically encrypt your traffic. They simply reroute it. This makes proxies less secure but also simpler to set up. You don't need special software for basic proxy use since most operating systems support proxy configuration natively. Web proxy services take this even further by letting you access blocked content through your browser without any setup at all. You just visit the web proxy site, enter the URL you want to visit, and the proxy handles everything server-side. This convenience makes proxies attractive for casual browsing and specific tasks that don't require maximum security. There's also the matter of authentication and logging. With free proxies, the service owner has your real IP address and complete visibility into which sites you're visiting. They might log this data, sell it, or use it in ways you wouldn't approve of. Premium proxy services are more trustworthy, but still generally less private than VPNs, which typically operate under strict no-logs policies. VPNs are designed specifically for privacy and security, while proxies are tools that happen to provide some privacy benefits alongside their other functions. Should you use a proxy server? That depends entirely on your needs. If you're just trying to access a regionally blocked article or video occasionally, a web proxy might be perfect. Quick, simple, no installation required. If you're running a business that needs to collect market data from websites, you'll need a robust proxy service with a large pool of IP addresses. For comprehensive online privacy and security, especially on public Wi-Fi or when handling sensitive information, a VPN is the better choice. Understanding proxy servers also means recognizing their limitations. Proxies typically work on an application level, meaning you configure them per app or browser. A VPN, on the other hand, protects all internet traffic from your device. Proxies can fail or experience downtime, especially free ones with no service guarantees. Your connection might suddenly break, exposing your real IP address. VPNs generally offer better uptime and reliability since they're paid services with infrastructure investments and customer support. The privacy element deserves special attention. When you use a proxy, you're essentially trusting the proxy provider with your internet activity. They can see everything you do, even if the websites you visit can't see your real IP. This trust relationship is critical. A malicious proxy could modify the data passing through it, inject tracking scripts, or even steal credentials. This is why using reputable proxy services matters so much, especially if you're handling anything sensitive. Activity logging can be both a feature and a concern. For businesses, logging is valuable for monitoring employee productivity and maintaining security. For individual users seeking privacy, logging is exactly what you're trying to avoid. Free proxies almost certainly log your activity in some form, while paid services vary in their policies. Always check what data a proxy service collects and how they use it. The technical reality is that proxies and VPNs serve different purposes, and neither is strictly better than the other. Proxies excel at specific tasks, bypassing simple geographic restrictions, managing multiple online accounts, scraping public data, and testing how websites appear in different locations. VPNs excel at comprehensive privacy and security, protecting all your internet traffic with strong encryption. Many tech-savvy users actually use both, selecting the right tool for each situation. At the end of the day, proxy servers are powerful tools that give you more control over your internet experience. They let you access content that might otherwise be unavailable, protect your IP address from casual observation, and enable business operations that would be impossible otherwise. Whether you're a journalist trying to access uncensored information, a business gathering market intelligence, or just someone who wants a bit more privacy online, understanding proxies opens up new possibilities. The internet isn't as open and free as we'd like to believe. Geographic restrictions, surveillance, and tracking are everywhere. Proxy servers represent one way to push back against those limitations, giving you agency over how you connect and what you can access. Used wisely and with proper security awareness, they're valuable additions to your digital toolkit. Thanks for watching. If you found this explanation helpful and want to learn more about online privacy, security, and internet technologies, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification icon. Drop a comment below if you have questions or want us to cover specific topics in future videos. Stay curious, stay informed, and we'll see you next time.